When it comes to survival, some animals go to extreme lengths, boarding on migrations that push them to their limits. These journeys are filled with challenges, harsh weather, predators, and exhausting distances. For many, these migrations are a matter of life and death, with some never making it to the end. Imagine traveling thousands of miles with no map, no rest stops, and danger around every corner. That's what these animals do every year just to survive. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Forever Green. Today, we'll show you 15 of the most impressive migrations in the animal kingdom. From crabs crossing roads to ocean giants that travel up to 14,000 miles annually, these incredible migrations highlight the determination and resilience of animals in their fight to survive. The best part? You'll learn some fun facts about each traveler. So get ready, click subscribe, and let's dive in. 15. Christmas Island red crabs. The annual migration of the Christmas Island red crabs is not just a local sight, but a phenomenal natural event known worldwide. Each year, as the wet season begins around October or November, triggered by the first significant rainfall, tens of millions of red crabs begin their synchronized journey from the forest to the coast. This migration is crucial for their reproduction cycle. These crabs spend most of their lives in the moist, shady forests of Christmas Island, but must return to the ocean to breed. The migration starts when adult crabs are cued by hormonal changes linked to the lunar cycle and rainfall, ensuring the tides will be optimal for spawning. The females release their eggs into the sea, timing it perfectly with the turn of the high tide to maximize the survival chances of their larvae. The spectacle of red crabs swarming over the island is so overwhelming that local authorities often close roads to protect the crabs from vehicle traffic. Special bridges and tunnels have also been constructed to aid their passage. The return journey for the surviving crabs, now considerably fewer in number, happens after the eggs have been released, leading them back to their forest homes. 14. Caribou. Caribou, also known as reindeer in some parts of the world, are record holders for the longest land migration of any terrestrial mammal in North America. These hardy animals can travel more than 838 miles each year, a distance that has been revised down from previously estimated 3,000 miles due to better tracking and the impacts of climate change. The migration of caribou is a spectacular sight, with herds sometime numbering nearly 200,000 individuals, reminiscent of the great wildebeest migrations in Africa. Their migration is driven by the seasonal availability of food and breeding conditions. In winter, caribou move to forested areas where they can more easily dig through snow to find lichen and other vegetation. When summer arrives, they head to open tundra, which offers optimal conditions for calving due to fewer predators and an abundance of food for nursing mothers. If you liked this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check out When 100 Hippos Messed with the Wrong Elephant on our channel, Forever Green. 13. Wildebeest. The migration of the wildebeest across the plains of Tanzania and Kenya, known as the Great Migration, is perhaps the most iconic wildlife journey in the world. Each year, over 1 million wildebeest are driven by the same ancient rhythm to seek out fresh grasslands and water. The journey starts in the southern Serengeti of Tanzania and moves northward to the lush plains of the Masai Mara in Kenya before looping back. The scale of this migration is massive, involving not just wildebeest, but also hundreds of thousands of other animals, including zebras and gazelles. The movement is triggered by the rainfall patterns, which dictate the availability of grazing land. The path they traverse is fraught with danger. Rivers along the way are home to crocodiles waiting for an opportunity to strike, and predators like lions, hyenas, and leopards are frequent threats on land. Despite the threats they face, including drowning, predation, starvation, and disease, this epic journey is essential for the renewal of the grasslands and the survival of countless other species. 12. Bats. Not all bats hibernate. Some migrate. Among the many species of bats, only some are migratory, but those that do migrate provide a breathtaking natural spectacle. The straw-colored fruit bats of Zambia are particularly noteworthy for their dramatic migration patterns. Each year, an astonishing number of these bats, estimated to be around 10 million, converge on Kasanka National Park. This migration is timed with the onset of the rainy season, where their preferred fruits begin to ripen in the Mushitsu swamp forests. These fruits are crucial for the bats, as they provide a rich source of food that allows them to consume up to twice their body weight every night. This intense feeding is vital, not just for their survival, but also for sustaining their long journeys across Africa. It is particularly important for pregnant females, who need extra nutrition to support their developing young. The sight of millions of bats filling the sky is not only a wonder of nature, but also plays a significant role in the ecosystem. 11. Baleen whales. Baleen whales, including the colossal gray whale, undertake one of the longest migrations in the animal world. These magnificent marine mammals travel annually up to 14,000 miles round trip. Their migration is motivated by the need to find the best conditions for breeding and feeding. During the winter months, baleen whales migrate to the warmer tropical waters to mate and give birth. This warmer environment is ideal for their young, providing protection from the harsh conditions of their feeding grounds and a higher likelihood of survival in gentler seas. After the breeding season, these whales board on a long journey back to the colder waters of the Arctic or Antarctic. These polar regions are rich in nutrients and offer an abundant supply of krill and small fish, essential for the whales to build up their energy reserves. However, climate change is having a significant impact on these migrations. Rising ocean temperatures are affecting the availability of food in their feeding grounds and altering the timing of their travel. 10. Birds. From tiny hummingbirds to majestic eagles, many birds undertake hard journeys. Bird migration is a global phenomenon that includes approximately 4,000 species that migrate regularly. These migrations vary tremendously in length, destination, and purpose, primarily revolving around the pursuit of food and optimal nesting sites. The Arctic tern holds the record for the longest migration of any bird, and arguably any animal, with an annual round trip of about 55,923 miles between the Arctic and Antarctic. This extraordinary journey ensures that the tern lives in an endless summer, taking advantage of the rich feeding grounds in the polar regions. Another remarkable aviator is the bar-tailed godwit, which has the longest non-stop flight among birds. Covering 6,835 miles in 9 days without a break, it flies from New Zealand to its feeding grounds in China, navigating and sustaining itself over vast ocean expanses. Birds use a variety of navigational aids, including the sun, stars, Earth's magnetic field, and visual landmarks to find their way across continents and oceans. 9. Sea turtles. Imagine being born on a beach and then having to find your way back decades later to lay your eggs. That's the life of sea turtles who travel thousands of miles across oceans. These migrations are crucial for their development and reproduction, and they are famed for their ability to navigate back to their birthplace to spawn. Leatherback turtles, for instance, are capable of traveling over 10,000 miles between their feeding grounds in the jellyfish-rich waters of Indonesia to their breeding grounds along the west coast of the United States and Canada. This journey not only highlights their endurance, but also their remarkable navigational skills, which remain not fully understood by scientists. They utilize the Earth's magnetic field as a compass, a skill that helps them return to the exact beach where they were born. One of the most celebrated sea turtles is Yoshi, a loggerhead turtle who traveled approximately 22,000 miles after being released from the Two Oceans Aquarium in South Africa. Yoshi's journey is one of the longest recorded for any sea turtle, taking her across oceans over 2 years back to the Australian coast, close to where she was originally found. 8. Monarch butterflies. The monarch butterfly's migration is one of the most visually striking and scientifically intriguing phenomena in the natural world. Covering a distance of about 3,000 miles, the migration of these vibrant insects is a multi-generational journey that spans from the northern regions of North America down to the warmer climates of Mexico and California. Remarkably, the monarch migration involves 3 to 4 different generations. The butterflies that start the journey are not the same ones that complete it. Instead, their descendants continue the journey. This unique aspect of their migration cycle is crucial for their survival, as it allows them to escape the cold northern winter. During this journey, the farthest a monarch has been recorded to travel in a single day is an impressive 265 miles. Monarchs are also found in Australia and New Zealand, where they are known as wanderer butterflies. In these regions, the butterflies can live year-round without the need to migrate such long distances. 7. Dragonflies. Dragonflies exhibit one of the most amazing migratory behaviors among insects. Before 2009, the extent of their journey was largely unknown. Research has now revealed that certain dragonflies, such as those found in India, embark on a migration that covers between 14,000 and 18,000 kilometers annually. This route extends from India across the Indian Ocean to the Maldives, Seychelles, and down to Mozambique and Uganda, then back. This migration involves multiple generations, with each taking part in different segments of the journey, akin to a relay race. These dragonflies seem to chase the seasonal rains, which dictate the availability of their food sources. They time their movements with the onset of the moonshine in India and follow the rainfall as it progresses through eastern and southern Africa. Their ability to travel such long distances over open ocean waters, particularly noted in one species flying over 4,400 miles, is a feat of endurance and navigation. 6. Salmon. Salmon are known for their incredible migratory patterns, which see them traveling hundreds, sometimes thousands of miles back to their native spawning grounds. These fish begin their lives in freshwater rivers, migrate to the ocean, and then return to fresh water to reproduce. During this return, they can travel up to 1,000 miles in the ocean and ascend high mountain streams. Navigation during these migrations is primarily guided by the Earth's magnetic field, which acts like a built-in compass. As they approach their spawning areas, salmon switch to using their highly developed sense of smell to recognize the specific waters where they were born. Young salmon imprint on the scent of their native stream as they head to the ocean, which later guides them back to the exact spot for spawning. Salmon's life cycle and migration are fraught with danger, as they face numerous predators both in the ocean and inland waters. Talking about fishes, you can also check out our video on Top 10 Largest Fish Alive on Planet Earth. 5. Zooplankton. Even the smallest creatures undertake migrations. Despite their small size, they undertake one of the most intense migrations in the natural world, known as diel vertical migration. Unlike the long-distance travels of many animals, zooplankton migrate vertically in the water column. Every day as daylight fades, masses of zooplankton begin their ascent from the deep waters, where they hide during daylight hours to avoid predators. They travel upwards to feed on the surface's nutrient-rich waters at night. Before dawn, they descend back into the depths, traveling up to 3,000 feet daily. This massive, coordinated movement involves countless numbers of these tiny creatures and is considered one of the largest movements of biomass on Earth, potentially rivaling even the daily commute of humans. This vertical migration is critical for their survival, allowing them to feed in the rich surface waters under the cover of darkness, while minimizing the risk of being eaten by larger predators that thrive in light. 4. Tuna. Tuna is some of the ocean's most impressive migrators and among the fastest swimmers. These fish are known for their incredible long-distance journeys across oceans, which are essential for feeding and breeding. For example, Pacific bluefin tuna are known to travel over 5,000 miles from their spawning grounds in Japan to the waters off California, and they may make this journey several times throughout their lives. Tuna migrations are so extensive that they pose significant challenges for conservation efforts. Because they travel and live across such vast and international waters, it's difficult to protect them adequately from overfishing. The various species of tuna are at different levels of concern regarding their conservation status. While the Atlantic bluefin tuna is currently listed as least concern, the southern bluefin is endangered, and the Pacific bluefin is near threatened. Skipjack tuna, on the other hand, maintains a stable population. 3. Penguins. When we think of migration, flying birds often come to mind, but penguins demonstrate that not all avian migrations happen in the sky. These charming creatures are adept swimmers, and their migrations are often a mix of long swims through icy waters and difficult treks across rugged landscapes. Adelaide penguins, for example, are known for their extensive migratory journeys. Researchers have recorded one such penguin traveling over 10,936 miles in a year. This incredible distance is covered as they search for food and safe breeding sites. The need to migrate is often intensified by climate change, which affects the availability of their primary food source, krill, and alters their icy habitat. Tracking devices have provided invaluable data on their movements, helping scientists understand how changes in the environment impact their migration patterns. 2. Sharks. Sharks exhibit some of the most fascinating migratory patterns in the marine world, with some species traveling thousands of miles through open waters every year. These migrations are primarily driven by the search for food, suitable breeding grounds, or warmer waters. The great white shark, for instance, is known for its impressive long-distance travels. Some great whites have been tracked moving between South Africa and Australia, covering vast distances across the Indian Ocean within a single year. The whale shark, the largest fish in the sea, undertakes even longer migrations, with one documented journey stretching about 12,000 miles. These gentle giants migrate between the eastern Pacific and western Indo-Pacific, complicating conservation efforts due to the multiple jurisdictions involved. Their migration is crucial for their survival, but tracking and protecting them across such expansive areas present significant challenges. Moreover, climate change is impacting shark migrations as well. Warmer waters mean that some species, which typically migrate to find suitable temperatures, might remain in certain areas longer or skip their usual migrations altogether. 1. Seals. Seals are remarkable creatures known for their extensive migrations across the oceans. These migrations are primarily driven by the need to find abundant food sources and suitable breeding or molting sites. Fur seals, for instance, are capable of swimming immense distances each year, roughly the equivalent of a quarter of the way around the world. This incredible journey is undertaken to access rich feeding areas that provide the necessary nutrients to sustain their energy-intensive lifestyles. On the other hand, elephant seals take these long-distance travels even further. Bull elephant seals are known to migrate at least 13,000 miles annually. They spend about 250 days at sea each year, navigating vast oceanic expanses. Female elephant seals spend even more time at sea, roughly 300 days annually. This extensive time spent in the ocean is split between two major migrations, one following the breeding season and another following the molting season. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating adventures from Forever Green.